Hi everyone. Gary, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I haven't started just yet. It's a little bit early.
Oh, it's already started. The session is now being recorded.
Yeah.
So just making sure, I think we just do the housekeeping, just making sure that everyone can hear. Right, just hold on.
Hi there, and welcome everyone. It's great to see such a huge turnout to this preview of our new app. My name is Gary Wise, and I joined GovReports mid-year. Now, I must say that at the time, I was absolutely amazed. Having worked with some of the major practice software providers for over 20 years now, I was blown away by how far ahead GovReports is in terms of the extent of our easy-to-use functionality and all being native cloud. So there are no hosting fees or anything for you. It's really quite amazing. Now, today's webinar is all about giving you a preview of ATO Insights. But as exciting as our latest app is, it's important to give you a bit of background before jumping into the demo. So for those of you that aren't familiar with our brand, GovReports developed the first ATO approved cloud software solution back in 2010. So that means we can actually do activity statements going back to 2011 and lodge and prepare income tax returns going back to 2012. Now, our apps have always been cloud only. There's absolutely no Windows-based server technology, and that, of course, means better value and way less IT maintenance required as well. Now, just if you've got any questions during the session, please enter them into the dialog box, and we'll attempt to answer during the session itself, or we'll email you afterwards if there's something we can't take care of straight away. So looking at GovReports, with more than 10 years of cloud experience, we now have over 4,000 BAS and tax agent subscribers that use our suite. It's essentially integrated compliance, practice management, and e-signature, a combination of apps. But it's also unlikely that you would know that Australia's largest accounting firms recommend GovReports for use in corporates like Philips, Spotlight, Domino's, Westpac, even BHP and others. And they are able to pre-fill activity statements, they can reconcile the numbers and then lodge or even bulk lodge returns for multiple branches. We also offer developers APIs, those are programming interfaces, so that they can empower their cloud app users to bypass logging into the ATO portal, and that they can then directly lodge reports and access ATO data. So let's now turn to our latest app. Firstly, I'd like to clarify that version 1 of ATO Insights has been developed for tax agents. Now, I'm aware there are quite a number of BAS agents on the session at the moment, on this webinar, and I'd like them just to appreciate that we are working with you. So if you've got any feedback, we're really keen to find out what you're looking for in terms of relevant functionality that will streamline your ATO compliance processes. So the version we will release next month was designed to eliminate the waste of time logging into the tax agent portal multiple times per day. And it will make it much easier for you to manage tax deadlines, no matter how large your team is. So specifically, ATO Insights connects directly to your practice's ATO account. And in that way, we're actually bypassing your current tax software. We're going directly to the portal to surface key tax compliance information into one easy to read dashboard. So you're not going to need to run multiple reports to actually get and download lodgements and client account information. And we're doing all of that in real time. Okay, so this screen's really just to prompt me. I'm going to switch across now to the live application. So that should take you straight there. And Tiana, just give me a nod or tell me if there's a problem seeing my screen. So you should now be able to see the live version of ATO Insight. So as you can see, I'm using a browser. This particular one is Edge. It is important that you're in a current browser, you know, with all the updates over there. All right, so there's the URL. Please note as well that I'm in a pre-production version, so it is very likely to be a little bit slower. And also in the context of all of this is that is a preview version. This is a beta. It hasn't been released yet. All right, so on the left-hand side over there, you can see various pie charts, and those are reflecting information based on the lodgement then of the program that you've done for this year and the prior year. And these numbers will, in the live version, be progressive for the current tax year. So you'll see as you're approaching the current year's 85% threshold. It's also worthwhile mentioning, for those of you that are currently using GovReports, the ATO Insights will effectively be another tab that you can access straight off the bird's eye view menu, the dashboard view that you've got right now. You'll be able to click and get the screen directly from within GovReports. But specifically, I just want to emphasize again that this is going to work irrespective of what your software is, because we're going directly to the ATO portal using your credentials. However, the interface might be slightly different than if you're a GovReports user, you'll get access within the app itself, whereas other users would view it in their browser directly off a bookmark you'd save. So going back to the widgets over here, on the left-hand side, we've got the progress towards your 85% threshold. And in the next area here, we're depicting information around the number of returns that are on time, those that are late, still expected, overdue, and lodged to date. So upcoming in the shorter term and total due. And we're looking at that in a comparative to see how you were tracking against last year and the prior year's lodgement program. On the right-hand side over there, I've got some additional information, particularly drilling down into the returns then that are not lodged and not yet due, those that are lodged, haven't been lodged and are overdue, etc. So all of this information would be reflected in real time, and you can click to refresh that. All right, so specifically, you won't need to download any information and wait for the ATO to present that to you. This is live. This area below in this quadrant over here is a breakdown of information that's really reflected in this table over here. So again, just to emphasize, this is a trial version, a beta version that we're testing, so the numbers don't correspond. The total overdue lodgements, as you'd expect, should relate to that number. It should be exactly the same. And the difference, though, in this breakout area is that I'm able to drill down effectively to view further information specifically relating to those overdue forms and which clients they belong to. So again, in real time, that then reflects that data. And of course, this is dummy data. It is going live into the ATO, and we only have information for this period for this particular client. So very importantly, not only do I get a summary of information in this dashboard, I can also drill down to see further detail. This next area over here is really pretty exciting. So from the perspective of getting access to all the communications that the ATO has sent to your clients, some of which you may not be aware of at all. So even if they sent by paper, we will be able to surface those for you, and you can click to view that correspondence. Again, I feel like I'm a bit defensive, but understand that this is dummy data. So this would be a reflection then of what was sent to your clients. We'd also be able to email those directly. Now, ATO client communications means that you'd also be able to surface, notice of assessments, for example, and you'd be able to email those to your clients directly off this capability. All right, so you'd be able to click the refresh button over there, and you've got a settings button as well to disable that widget if you didn't want to, or ultimately introduce more when we do have that capability. In the settings over here, we'd be able to change the time frames as well for when you're going to get those updates, if you wanted to automate those and get them daily, weekly, fortnightly, etc., or just click to do it manually when you're ready. And then on the right-hand side there, for those of you that do process your clients' returns and get the refunds directed to your own trust account, so if you're deducting fees from refunds, the EFT reconciliation statements is also made available to you, so you can see what's been remitted to your account to date, and you can view that information in a PDF or Excel format as well. So that'll launch Excel with those various bits of information in row by row, and you can add and edit as you would expect in Excel. So that's your quick preview of the application as it will be made available. We're expecting that to happen next month. I'm going to switch, just bear with me a second, back into the screen. So the all-important question is going to relate to pricing. We've deliberately kept this as an extremely well-priced and value-rich application. As you would be aware now, ATO Insights makes it really easy for you to keep your finger on the pulse of your lodgement program. And there's no data migration and almost no training. It's pretty obvious, that user interface. You'll be able to start saving time, literally be up and running within minutes. So incredible value over there at under $50 per month, typically for your firm. And of course, I'd like to emphasize again, completely bypasses your current tax software. There's no need to change any of those processes. You can get access to this dashboard and capability within minutes. So although we expect to release ATO Insights next month, realistically, this is software and we cannot be absolutely certain as to the date of release. So I can't commit to a specific date, but upon release, you will be able to trial the app before subscribing. All right, and we're going to give you access to an expression of interest form, and that will allow you, after completing that, to get a voucher where we'll reduce the pricing by 50% for, at a time when it suits you. Basically, you'll be able to access the trial version. We'll email you that voucher, and you can enter the voucher detail into our payment page, but only when you're ready to subscribe. So bear with me a second. I'm just going to send out that form, and we'll send you after the webinar as well. Give us an hour or two. I'll send you out a fact sheet with further information around the product, as well as that expression, a link to the expression of interest form, so you can lock in that 50% discount for the first year. So just before I end the session, please reach out if you have any questions or feedback regarding ATO Insights or our end-to-end cloud solution for tax professionals, being the GovReports, solution that's been available for quite a long time now. Again, we really appreciate that many of our clients are attending here today, and quite a number of you might be BAS agents. Please give us your feedback as to what would make sense to reflect in a dashboard system like ATO Insights. Now, I'm going to give you back 5 minutes of your day, ending a little bit earlier than we scheduled. And I'd like to thank you one more time for attending today. We wish you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and it's bye for now.
Maybe we got questions? Can you check whether we have questions? Because I can't see from my side, Gary.
Okay, somebody asked a simple question over there. In summary, what does ATO Insights in terms of what's reflected over there? So as you can see, I'll just switch back to the screen if anybody's still out there before I close off. No, it's switched off. So in terms of what we've got over there is we unearth or surface all of the client communications in real time. That's any email, any SMS, notices of assessment, paper letters that are sent are then accessible. You're also able to track the forms that are overdue, those that are in draft, those are not started in terms of your lodgement program, the EFT reconciliations, and we will track your progress towards your 85% threshold. So there will be more widgets that are made available. Specifically, if you do have anything in particular that you'd like, please shoot it across to us, via email or as part of that feedback form.
Okay, there's no more questions. I think we can close off. Thank you, everyone, and have a Merry Christmas.